Tonight, we're going to smoke a Cuban cigar. That's right, a Habano, paired with a nice Tomatin 18-year-old Scotch.
What's going on, everyone? It's Dublin. Come eat and drink with me, and actually tonight, come have a smoke with me. And you say, what? Yeah, a smoke, a nice little cigar, a little Habano, a Cuban, because I'm in Mexico right now, where you can get Cubans, and I just wanted to share with you a little, extra something to add to your evenings and after a special dinner, special bottle of wine, whatever it may be. Every once in a while, yeah, Dublin even likes a nice cigar. And there is a huge difference between a normal cigar and a Cuban. It's not overhyped. It's not just call it Napa Cab type hype where you're paying a ton of money for something that doesn't deliver. Habanos absolutely deliver. And they're not ridiculously priced either. So it's not like some massive difference between, a Dominican Republic cigar and a Cuban. My favorite is Bolivar. And why I chose Bolivar is because of the Scotch that I have tonight. This is Tomatin 18 year. They both have beautiful kind of earthy caramel component, and I just had a Stagecoach 2019 Cabernet Sauvignon with this ribeye steak, blue cheese sauce, and I'm like, what better way to kind of just cap the evening with a nice cigar after a big steak and a nice sauce than a beautiful Scotch and a Habano. So, let's get into it. Why did I choose Bolivar? Because it is Habano. And why is Habano important? Because that is the Cuban government giving the stamp of approval on the quality assurance that this tobacco is premium. It's kind of like, certain AVAs or single vineyards of wine, or, in France, or the Premier Cru or Grand Cru. First growth, second growth, all of those. Italy, same thing, DOCG, all of the different laws that they have to abide by is for the growing conditions, quality, all that really, really matters. And Habano, when you smoke Habano, let me tell you, you really tell the difference. It is just fluffy, beautiful clouds. And for those of you that are like, oh, I smoke a cigar and I taste it for the next 3 days. Not Habano. Hydrated Habano out of the humidor, you won't even know the next day. And that's premium quality cigars too. And why I paired this with the Tomatin 18, because this Scotch has a beautiful butterscotchy flavor to it. It's super punchy, really nice, can hold up to the smoke of that cigar. It's not super sweet like bourbons, which there are plenty of bourbons that can go well with a cigar, but man, I'll tell you, this specific Bolivar and this Tomatin 18 are a perfect marriage. And we're going to light up this Bolivar when I get some tasty notes of this guy and kind of see what's going on here too as well. But man, let's give this a little bit of a taste. Oh, yeah. You can just taste that really nice fine oak that they use. And oh man, just beautiful butterscotch flavors coming out of this. And there's even some really nice dried fruits in there as well. Super complex, really beautiful Scotch. This thing, a lot of 18 years, sometimes it's almost too mellow. You're just it's kind of down at whatever. This Tomatin has some backbone to it. It is not just gonna breeze through. I put one little ice cube in it. It is melted now, but I put a little ice cube in it just to cut it, just a touch, bring the temperature down. It's a warm night out here in Southern California, and I just wanted to be able to taste all of the flavors that it has. Yeah, a little bit of that alcohol and a little bit of that punchiness it has. Just that one cube cuts it just right, gets that chemistry just right, to where all the flavors and complexity comes out just perfectly. Now regarding this Bolivar, I just wanted to touch on one quick thing as far as like how I'm going to cut it. So you have just a regular circle cut. As you can see here, it's not torpedo shaped. Therefore, the wedge cut is what I prefer. That creates a really nice pull on the cigar. And a good pull accentuates the flavor, gets that smoke nice and billowy. So let's go ahead and get that wedge cut in. Fire this guy up. Don't be afraid. I'm a trained professional. Now, the beginning of a cigar is always the younger parts of the tobacco. People don't realize when they roll a cigar, I'm not saying the cheaper part of the cigar, but the less aged and fermented tobacco is at the front of it. You're just firing it up, and it's kind of, it's your starter. And as you burn it through, the longer age tobacco, more complex tobaccos, more expensive tobaccos are wrapped into it. The more complexity, the delicious it gets. And right up front, amazingly smooth, just a beautiful cigar. Nothing off-putting whatsoever. It's, you know, there's nothing like jumping out right away at this point. We got to give it a, 5 minutes or so for it to kind of burn through that starter tobacco and really get to that complex, good stuff. Yeah, nice, really good leather tones coming out right now, right away. Not as much of that like earthy, kind of like buttery brioche toast and kind of like caramel notes that I know that the Bolivars have. Not coming out quite yet. Let's see in a little bit if we can get there. But right now, though, it's still a very pleasant, very enjoyable cigar. Nice to just to chill with on a summer evening with a nice little scotch. I mean, how can you go wrong? Live it up a little bit. Take a bite of that apple. But still, I mean, immediately I can just tell this scotch and this cigar just perfect. Neither of them are fighting each other. This is not a very verbose, super heavy cigar. I would call this like medium to light body. Some people might disagree with me, but let's give it, 5-10 minutes and see where we're at. I want to touch on this bottle again real quick. For 18 year, I want to talk about the QPR of this Tomatin 18 year. Now, if you know anything about say like Macallan, for instance, their 18 year is, what, $250, $280 these days. Your 15 year is like $180. I mean, it's good and I like it, but that's pretty crazy. It's nowhere near what bourbons are costing, but I get it. You get like a Weller for like $700. Oh, what a deal. Pappy Van Winkle, $2,000. Are you kidding me? I used to buy Pappy 15 year for $90. Yeah, well, I'm kind of old too, but I was into things before they were popular, per se. This Tomatin 18 year, I get for around $115, which I'm not saying you're giving it away. But the QPR, compared to 18 years, and what it brings to the table, the quality and the enjoyment you get out of it, second to none. This is an absolutely stellar bottle. Beautiful scotch. For 18 years, and you taste every single minute of those 18 years, just how complex and delicious this is. I'll tell you, I don't know what people are doing pissing their money away on Macallan when you can get a bottle like this. It may not be as well known, it may not be flashy at a party, but man, I'm telling you, when they taste it and they see 18 years, they're gonna know. And they're gonna be like, yeah, these people know what they're doing. It is really, really good for the money. I'm all about getting the best bang for the buck. I don't have endless amounts of cash by any stretch of the imagination. So when I spend some money on a product, and something I want special and I want to deliver and I want to enjoy the moment, well, that's why you get out there and seek other things that are maybe a little bit less popular, a little bit less marketed. And that's okay, because that's kind of where you find the gems, diamonds in the rough. And this is one of those bottles. It's absolutely freaking awesome. Highly recommend it. All right, we're starting to get past that intro burn, starter type of tobacco. And we're getting into some properly aged, really nice fermented Bolivar Habano tobacco. And I'm telling you, the cigar is really, really nice right now. I mean, it's like these gorgeous kind of like, you know, when you drink like a wine and there's like those vanilla notes and you know that's that toasted French oak. This is kind of like that. I'm getting like these really beautiful vanilla notes coming out, which is going really great with this toffee Scotch. Like, it's just, man, you don't get a better evening than this with these two combined together. This is a really nice cigar, really extremely small smoke right now. Oh yeah, beautiful kind of like leather, earthy tones coming through as well. On top of that vanilla. Hey, that's part of the cigar. It's got to deal with it. Just really, really nice, really smooth. I mean, you can just feel the cigar makers like hands weaving this together and bringing these flavors out for you. Especially getting that wedge punch, getting these perfect pulls, not too hot, just the right amount of smoke and flavor coming through. Absolutely perfect. I'm just loving it. This is what summer nights are all about. You know, you gotta just take that time sometimes and kick back and enjoy yourself. Have a nice cigar after a steak. Enjoy a good scotch. You know, can't do it every night, but a couple times a summer, man, it really is nice. So, cheers everyone. Just absolutely loving it. We'll come back when this guy is even further down and see where we're at with complexity and flavor profile. All right, so we're getting down near the band. This is basically where the premium tobacco is. You're not going to get much better any further. This is where you really have to kind of tighten your jaws because you're closer to the cherry and it's going to get hot. So you have to time it, be patient, and that patience will pay off. Because right now, every draw I'm getting is just absolutely getting more complex and absolutely more beautiful. Man, I can't say enough about this cigar and how good it is and how rewarding it is. So, it's definitely getting surprisingly a little more robust near the band here. I'm getting a lot more earthy tones, kind of like a heavier tobacco-y, like caramelly, not as much of that vanilla notes because those are kind of like a little bit lighter. It's definitely putting a little more punch here at the end, which is nice and it's very flavorful and delicious, and it's not like heavy and smacking you around. But it's definitely a more substantial cigar closer to the band, and that is where the more aged tobacco is going to be. Yeah, definitely a lot more body. It's like a wetter leather type of like component coming through. That vanilla is definitely a little bit heavier. There's not as much vanilla because that's like a little bit of those lighter notes earlier in the cigar. But right now you're just getting a lot of depth, those deep tobacco type of flavors. It's really nice though, but you gotta like kind of tread a little more carefully. I can feel that like kind of like cigar and tobacco wave, coming through right now. So if you don't want to get, feeling like too loopy, you gotta set it down for a minute, have a sip, and kick back for a second. Has this bottle gotten taller, or is there a little less in it? I don't know. I haven't had too much. This is my second glass, my last glass, and I can't say enough about this pairing. It's absolutely just smacking and beautiful and absolutely delicious. I am very just appreciative of being able to enjoy these two things at the same time. And not everyone, has access or can go to Mexico to get these. But if you know the right place, you can find them. And if there's a will, there's a way. And let me tell you, it is worth it. Seek it out. Go find yourself. It doesn't have to be Tomatin 18, but go find, a nice aged Scotch that's gonna go well with a beautiful cigar like this from Cuba, a nice Habano. Because, gosh darn it, we all deserve a little reprieve and some enjoyment in life. And this is where you truly just enjoy the moment. You get to absorb a bit and just let all of the outside world actually dissipate and have some crickets to worry about. And that's it. So, cheers everyone. Enjoy yourself. Go out with a little bit of fun. Because I can't say it gets a heck of a lot better than this right now.